Today, we are going to be talking about some of the major realizations I had after being diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Hey guys, my name is Maggie, and I'm a 27-year-old nurse who also happens to have Crohn's disease and an ostomy bag. We educate about chronic illness, we talk about some uncomfortable topics, and generally just share about living life despite having a pesky little disease. If you like this video, I would love and so appreciate if you subscribed and liked this video. Wow, I haven't done that in a long time, but it helps YouTube spread this video out to a broader audience so we can advocate and educate other people. Alright, let's talk about what I realized after being diagnosed so gloriously with Crohn's disease at the age of 11. The first thing, and actually this kind of took a while, was that there is no cure for Crohn's disease. Many of our chronic illnesses, there isn't a cure. And even if we do 100% of the things that they tell us to do, all of the treatments, the medications, the surgeries, there's still not 100% guarantee that you're going to feel better and your symptoms are going to disappear, which makes you want to pull your hair out if it hasn't already fallen out from the medications you're taking to try and solve the problems that you're having. The next thing, which was super hard to understand as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, and so on, and till 27, is that you don't get any time off. You don't get to just take a break from the meds, you can't just stop your steroids and decide, I'm taking a week off from this because it's annoying, I need a vacation. Yeah, that was super irritating to have to deal with, and there were days that I just didn't want to take medicines that made me throw up or, do tube feeding because I didn't want to put my NG tube in. It was seriously like, if you stop this for a week, you're going to backtrack your progress a month. So you can't just stop. The next thing, and this is major, is that even though you're seeing a specialty doctor, it does not mean they have every answer to every question you may have. And there are great doctors and there are not so great doctors who dismiss your symptoms and don't listen to what you're saying because they think they know it all. The good doctor understands that it's impossible to know everything and helps you problem solve. And while they may not have every answer that you're looking for, maybe they can help work to better understand and research. The next thing is, and this is a topic I would love to talk more about because I was a nurse and I've seen this on the healthcare side, and I'm a patient and I've been treated this way. And this is, I guess, more so my theory on it is that patients become obsessed with results. They analyze nonstop their symptoms and every test number, all their blood work, any number that comes back from that, they're analyzing and sometimes overanalyzing, and I am guilty of that. I've also seen it as a nurse. As a nurse, I have seen other healthcare professionals roll their eyes at patients who are like, well, my hemoglobin went from 12.1 to 12.0. What does this mean? Because as a nurse, well, that really doesn't mean a whole lot. It's such a minor drop that it probably means nothing. As a patient though, when you are not getting resolution from your symptoms, you have to do your own homework. You're trying to advocate for yourself. You're trying to find your own answers because you feel like you're not getting answers from your healthcare team. So you analyze all of your numbers, all of your test results, any symptom that you have, you're looking at it like, is this related to what I'm feeling? Is this cramp in my knee related to my constipation? And yes, I have done that, and it is not a crazy thing to do. You are desperate for answers, and you are just trying to find some sort of logic to what is going on with you. So patients become very analytical of their own everything. This one is really bizarre when it comes to autoimmune disease. is that one day you can be really sick, you can be super sick, and the next day you can be totally fine. And that really screws with other people's heads because they're like, well, clearly you couldn't even walk yesterday, so you're probably faking this, right? And you're like, no, seriously, bro, I was terrible yesterday, but I feel better today and I'm good to go. I also realized pretty early on that you might become isolated. And from my own experience, it was much, much, much less so because people were grossed out by my disease or fearful of my disease. It was more so because everything I was experiencing was so intense and stressful that when you go to have a conversation with somebody who's never been through that, you kind of shock them. Yeah, so I got another foot of intestine out, and me and my docs were like totally laughing about it because we all had bets saying like, I've got 6 more months before any more surgery, and here I am. You know what I mean? Nah, not even a little bit. What? The next thing I realized later on as I started to get into college and getting my first jobs, and that is everything that was already considered kind of hard in life, obstacles that you had to work hard for, become more complicated. Going to college, having a roommate. What if my ostomy bag leaks in the middle of the night and they can't breathe in there? Getting my first job. What if I get surgery and I have to take 4 weeks off? Can that happen? All the things that healthy people have found kind of scary, like getting your first job, because that's intimidating, especially if you've never done it before. There's a few extra layers that people with chronic illness, autoimmune disease have to think about. The next is you are going to have to do things that you never thought you'd be able to do. My very first question after my GI doctor told me you have Crohn's disease was kind of jokingly, oh, so am I gonna get surgery or something? Totally thinking that the answer would be, heck no, like you're fine, it's gonna be great, you're gonna take this pill and you'll be all better. And the real answer was, that is a very high possibility for you. You may have to get surgery for this, which totally left me shocked. I didn't expect that answer. And throughout the years, I have had to do a number of hard things that I didn't expect I would be able to do. Never thought I was going to be able to do tube feeding. Never thought I would live with an ostomy for over 6 months. Never thought I'd be able to get through proctocolectomy surgery. I thought I would not be able to sit pretty much ever again. But I got through those, I overcame them, and I succeeded because of them. This one kind of blows a lot of people's minds, and that is, even though your disease might be focalized, like Crohn's disease is focused in the GI tract, that does not mean one bit that the rest of your body is not going to be affected. People have skin trouble with Crohn's disease. People have joint problems. People have eye issues. People have gynecological issues. The list kind of goes on and on with that. So that is continuing to be something I am realizing as, 20 years in, I am still thinking about. By the way, when I say 20 years, I went undiagnosed for a really long time, so that's why I say 20 years. The math doesn't add up. I was diagnosed at 11, and now I'm 27. Clearly, that doesn't equal 20 years. The last thing, fortunately, unfortunately, for all the peeps, is that there are so many people that are suffering through identical situations to your own. If you're on YouTube and you have Crohn's disease and you're watching this video, you may already be aware that there is a whole online community of people with Crohn's disease who talk about their experiences. There is a chance that you might not be. So I suggest, if you are looking for patient stories for whatever disease, whatever disorder you may have, pick your favorite social media site and just go to town. If you are on Instagram or Twitter, look for hashtags, look for the keywords that relate to your disease. If you're on YouTube, type it in the search bar. If you're on Facebook, join groups that are related to it. You'll find tons of patients in those. And even a simple Google search will give you tons of blogs from people who have what you have, writing tons of content about it. It is extremely therapeutic to share your story online, and that's why a lot of people do it, because connecting with others and realizing that you've got so many similarities and you can find advice and tips for how to navigate this new world of this new diagnosis to you, it's so tremendous. And I always encourage, if you want to share online, please do so. There are so many people that are going to be interested in what you have to say. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you are feeling good, and I will see you in the next. Bye!